Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with Jeremy Umphries. We're here at the PKG gym in Los Angeles. And Jeremy, you got a fight, kind of a last-minute deal coming up. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I originally had a fight on the 15th, and that recently just got canceled. And I took that on 4 weeks' notice, so I was ready for that. And then I just heard recently that there's a fight in Brazil on the 10th. And I said, you know, let's take it. I didn't want to wait any longer. I've already been training. I mean, I always train, so it's been a while since I fought, so I'm ready to get in there and get going on it again.
Mm-hmm. And who are you fighting, and at what event?
I'm fighting in Jungle Fights in São Paulo, Brazil. The opponent's name is Adriano Martins. He's a good striker. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's fought in Jungle Fights and Dream and a few other organizations. So it'll be a good tough fight for me.
All right, now before we started rolling here, we were talking about the show in Rio, the UFC fights, and they had a good time watching the Americans go down. So how you feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same over here. I mean, every country has their own favorites, but I'm sure there's a lot of Brazilian fans that like Americans as well, and yeah, it's whatever. You fight for somebody else's on their territory. You be respectful, and you expect that they're rooting for their own person, Of course, so I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me.
Well, Jungle Fights that's going to be good too. I know those are some raging wars they have on those too. I mean, because guys are scrapping to try to make their name there.
Yeah, it's definitely the next step up to get into a bigger show. I mean, it is the biggest show in Brazil, and it's definitely a stepping stone, the next stepping stone. So. Yeah, guys are ready to get in there. There's a lot of hungry, good young Brazilian athletes in there that are ready to take guys' heads off to get a name for themselves. And I don't blame them. That's good. That's the way I am too. So it'll be a good battle, I think. So.
Cool. Now we've talked, because I actually do train here at PKG sometimes with Chad right there. I kick his ass on the regular, as I like to say. But I see you around here a lot, and you just kind of alluded to the fact that you do stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. And while you are jamming this right now, kind of last minute, you have been prepared. But let's back it up a little bit, because you have fought for Strikeforce, and we've talked before about the difficulties you've had in getting some fights. So can you talk about the layoff you've had and what you've been doing in between fights?
Yeah. So I fought for Strikeforce last year. They told me, not to badmouth anybody, I'm just, telling it like it is. They said they gave me 2-week notice to take a fight, and I said, yes, I will take it. And they say, if you take this fight on short notice, we'll give you a 5-fight contract deal. And I said, okay, let's do it. So I signed the contract for the fight. I went in there, I choked the guy out in the second round, and I was like, all right, good. I want to fight again. Can you give me another fight soon? Because I want to get on a roll with it. Let's go. And they're like, yeah, we'll get you another one, and then 4 months later, yeah, we'll get you another one, and then another 4 months later, yeah. So I just went on, and I never, they never got to me. They're like, oh yeah, sorry, I know we promised you a contract, but we got a lot of guys right now, and we're trying to, blah blah blah, and so I'm just like, okay. I should have taken some other fights in between there, but I was training really hard anyways, hoping and being optimistic that I would fight again in Strikeforce. Once you get into a big show, you want to stay in a big show. I don't want to digress and go to a smaller show. So, but that's come and gone now, and I have no choice now but to fight. And Jungle Fights is a big show, so I'm ready to go.
Nice. And that last fight, that was the one at Nokia down in Los Angeles, right? I mean, that was like last June.
Great venue, yeah. It seems like a long time ago. Yeah. So, that doesn't really bother me too much, because I got great training partners. I got guys that fight in the UFC and fought in WEC and fight in Strikeforce as well. That are really tough, and I train with Werdum combat team and all the black belts there, and I got my black belt under Werdum, and I feel really confident in all my training and stand up and on the ground, and training with these guys here at PKG, which is my home here, so I'm okay. There's a right way to train and a wrong way, of course. You can overtrain or undertrain. I've been a trainer for a long time, a physical trainer, personal trainer too. So I know all the right ways to get in shape and what I should do. So I do my conditioning on certain days, and I really, get my heart rate up and work my getting my VO2 max increased and all this stuff, and I really train hard in here. Definitely outside of conditioning, physical conditioning, we do a lot of rounds, for a fight. Obviously do like 5, 6 5s in here, just to get my cardio up for fighting, because there's nothing that really can mimic fighting shape by actual fighting and sparring. So yeah, today was my third day of rounds, and it gets a little tiring on the third day after you've done all this, several rounds throughout the week. And yeah, did 5 rounds today. I was kind of tired after the last one, but I still feel strong though. I'm okay.
And so would you, later today maybe go for a run or something like that?
Yeah, today, actually tonight I'm doing wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I've wrestled like my whole life, so I'm going to do a lot of rounds of wrestling with some top guys in wrestling, and then that's probably it, and I'll probably go for another run tonight.
Nice, very nice. Now, while you're down there, though, you going to have any time to relax in Brazil as well, or are you just going to go and come back?
I'm actually going to get the details worked out hopefully today, so where I can go down there and stay maybe a week. I've always wanted to go to Brazil and train jiu-jitsu down there as well, so hopefully I can stay down there and train jiu-jitsu a week after my fight, and get some good, knowledge, go to several different schools. Plus, I have a lot of friends that live down there. The Brazilian guys that have come up here, stayed with me, and trained for different tournaments, and so it'll be good to see them too.
Cool. Well, very nice. Well, Jeremy, good luck to you. And, I know, like I said, I've been seeing you around, so I know you're ready, so good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm Jeremy Umphries, and this is MMA Heat.